Hi all, welcome to Learn IT. Today we are going to talk about AWS Lambda service, that is serverless compute service provided by AWS. Today we will learn what is AWS Lambda, what are its main features and use cases where we can use Lambda functions. So guys, what is AWS Lambda service? It's a serverless compute service. By serverless, it doesn't say that it is not using any server. By serverless, it says we don't have to manage any infrastructure, any compute resource. All the infrastructure and compute resources will be maintained by AWS Lambda. We don't have to worry for any infrastructure. We just have to supply the code and AWS Lambda will manage everything for us, including server and operating system maintenance, capacity provisioning, automatic scaling, code monitoring and logging. So we can say it is a fully managed service provided by AWS. If we talk about the runtime environments, it supports multiple runtime environments. If we talk about the trigger points, AWS Lambda can be triggered from multiple sources. From more than 140 AWS services, we can trigger AWS Lambda functions. If we talk about performance, AWS Lambda can scale automatically and it can support hundreds of thousands of requests per second. Also, every event is executed independently in parallel, so we can develop very low latency and highly available APIs using Lambda functions. If we talk about cost, you just have to pay for the compute time, you don't have to pay for the underlying infrastructure that is managed by AWS Lambda. When we say fully managed service, that means you don't have to manage any infrastructure and you just have to supply your code as a zipped packages or container images, and AWS Lambda will take care of everything and it will execute your code. When we talk about multiple runtime environments, AWS Lambda supports multiple languages like Node.js, Python, Go, Java and more. You just have to choose the runtime environment and upload your code packages. When we talk about trigger points, we can trigger AWS Lambda functions from more than 140 AWS services, and it covers a wide range of application use cases. Like we can trigger Lambda function from API gateway to create backend services, from S3 to perform real-time data analysis, and from Kinesis to perform real-time stream analysis. For performance, each trigger is independent and executes the code in parallel, and Lambda functions can scale automatically to support hundreds of thousands of requests per second if required. It consistently executes the code with same performance at any scale. So you don't have to worry about the performance when you are using Lambda function. If we talk about cost, you have to pay only for compute time, as I said earlier. You don't have to pay for provisioned infrastructure that is managed by AWS Lambda. Also, you have to pay only for number of times your code gets triggered and number of milliseconds your code gets executed, or the compute time tracked in milliseconds. If we talk about AWS Lambda use cases, we can use AWS Lambda functions for real-time file process. So we can trigger AWS Lambda functions from AWS S3 or AWS Elastic File Storage services to process any files whenever a file gets uploaded to AWS S3 or Elastic File Storage. We can also develop RESTful APIs using Lambda functions as a backend integration for our API resources. We can also trigger it from AWS Kinesis service to process real-time data streams. And we can also use Lambda functions to develop IoT backend services, and we can feed live data from IoT devices via Kinesis service to our Lambda functions. Now let's go to AWS console and create our first Lambda function and understand Lambda functions in detail. So you can see here we have multiple options to create a Lambda function. We can create a Lambda function from scratch, or we can use a blueprint, or we can use a container image. Like we can upload images to ECR service, and from there we can deploy Lambda functions, or we can browse to serverless app repository and we can use sample code from here to start developing our serverless Lambda functions. Now let's go to Scratch options and create a Lambda function from scratch. So you can see here I have given a name to our Lambda function as hello, and in runtime we have multiple options, like we can use a .NET framework, we can go with Go language, we can go with Java, we can go with Node.js, Python or Ruby. So based on our requirement we can choose a runtime environment. So I want to develop my Lambda function code in Node.js, so I have chosen Node.js, and I am going with default execution role and permissions. These are the permissions which Lambda function will use to upload logs to AWS CloudWatch service. Now let's create this function and look at the code. So now you can see we have created our first Lambda function as hello, and here it has one index.js file which is having a sample code. In this sample code it is creating a response object and just returning 200, and in the body it is returning hello from Lambda. Now let's go and test this function. So this is the test event configuration, and I just want to create this test event. It is data. In event template I want to use API gateway proxy request template, because I want to use this Lambda function as a backend integration to my API resources. So let's name it API test 1 and just create this test event. So if you see, I just tested my code and it is returning status code is 200 and body is hello from Lambda, and the same request has been logged to my CloudWatch log group for this function. Now if you see here, we can publish a new version out of this Lambda function, or we can create alias for this Lambda function. We can export this function. Also we can deploy this Lambda function at the edge locations. Now let's publish a new version out of this code. So I just want to create a new beta version of my code so that I don't disturb my production environments, and validates my beta version of code properly before pointing it to production environments. So you can see it has created a new version of code out of this hello Lambda function, and we can go to code and try to edit our beta version code here. So I just want to update the body as hello from Lambda and beta version. Now let's deploy these changes, and using the same test configuration let's validate it. So you can see we have created a new version of code, and in the same Lambda function we have two different versions of code running. Now let's go to aliases and create a new alias for this new version. So I just want to create a description for this beta version code testing, and for version I want to choose the new version that we have created, 6. And we also have weighted alias option where we can provide one more version, and we can distribute the request among two versions of code using this weighted alias option. Now let's save this and look at the alias. So now you can see it has provided the alias name beta version for the new version 6. If you go to configuration part, we can see there are multiple options. There are multiple configurations that we can do for this Lambda function. The most important configurations are triggers. From triggers, we can add a trigger for this Lambda function. So in the trigger, we can have API gateway, we can have S3, we can have Kinesis service or any other AWS service. Other most important configurations is like environment variables. Under environment variables, we can create key value pairs, and we can use these key value pairs inside our code. So guys, this was some basics of AWS Lambda service and how to create AWS Lambda functions through AWS console. In the upcoming videos, we will learn how to create microservices with AWS API Gateway and AWS Lambda functions. Thank you for watching this video. Please join me in the next video.